Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel SS Analysis. Oil. Every day dawns with oil. Oil looks to overpower human behavior. Since the last few weeks, I find the days and nights have witnessed oil headlines on the top of all human preferences. Then and there, my brain decided to tune towards mapping this complex commodities moving patterns to map the future's possible direction during the upcoming month. Although this experiment to test the current moves of different commodities looked too difficult to perform, currently prevailing geopolitical changing climates due to growing pollution levels and final human efforts to quench his thirst with oil instead of water. But I take this as a challenge. This rat race for fetching more and more oil amid growing worries for increasing level of pollution and its resultant effects forced my brain to wander back to the days when I used to run a nursery rhyme, Jack and Jill, written by Mother Goose. While trying to analyze the whole current geopolitical scenario and its possible impact on global economy, suddenly found, as I have been forced once again to go through the same nursery rhyme, but now every single line of the same rhyme looked to describe some different meaning, because now I have to understand many Jacks and Jills and their motive of going up to the hills to fetch some more oil with extreme desire in place of water. In order to understand, first I have to understand how the rhyme Jack and Jill, which date back 18th century and exists each with a number of variations. Today I am going to present a comparative chart. Now I find that all these different Jacks and Jills, those who are trying to fetch more and more oil just to quench their thirst in attempt to overpower their economy, in order to show their economic strength, they are forced to create any atmosphere. They can go up to any level. They don't have limits. The rhyme which I went through during my childhood was about two friends who went up to the hill to fetch a pail of water. Now the present Jacks and Jills are going to hill only to fetch pails of oil. Now the trade tariff war seems to be turning into real war, because these Jacks and Jills are not friends. Devastating economic impact has started to affect globally in advance due to the fact that these Jacks and Jills will not fall unknowingly, but they will also create much more fertile situation by pushing many more innocent civilians by arranging airstrikes and shooting down missiles on their quest to fetch their pails with more and more oils this time. But this time the rest of more verses of this nursery rhymes will not be there, because who will patch the fertile knobs of civilians with their vinegar and brown paper if the real war becomes the last option for these Jacks and Jills of the world? Although this experiment is not easy to test the current move of the different commodities and indices futures to predict their directional move amid growing effort from more than 2 countries to strengthen their economies. But I find that the comparative analysis of different futures in a single chart will definitely provide definite result to define the further directional moves of different commodities futures during the upcoming days, weeks and months. Here you can see that I have taken dollar index chart, crude oil future chart, US 10-year treasury yield chart, S&P 500 chart, silver futures, gold futures and natural gas, crude oil futures. I am going to compare the movement of all the futures on a single platform with the help of different moving averages. I have chosen 20 days moving average, 50 days, 200 days and 20 days exponential moving average and 50 days exponential moving average. Here you can see that the future charts which are moving above 200 days moving average have the potential to go upward during the time ahead, but the futures of the commodities or the indexes which are trading below the 200 days moving average are likely to come down or will remain under pressure during the upcoming weeks. Here in this chart, you can see the independent move of all these future charts in the daily chart pattern. I find that the directional move of crude oil prices are going downward ahead during the upcoming months, and likewise here you can see this is the natural gas futures index, which is moving towards in an upward direction. Now, NG is trying to overcome above the level of 200 days moving average. So during the upcoming week of the next 2 months, we will see all these futures in a decisive zone, which will finally decide their movement for the year 2008, which will finally decide their future directional move up to the October 2019. Here you can see the movement of all these future charts in a weekly zone. Here I have pointed the expected directional move of these different futures. Like this, it will be here during the month of August. Dollar index may sustain above this level. Oil may come downward towards this zone. Here you can see the movement of all these futures in a monthly chart. Can you believe what I can predict, or what I am going to predict this time? I find that the situation like we are going through in the current scenario, if all such political moves continued their sustenance, we will see the gold futures to move downward towards the level of 2003. Likewise, I find the dollar index to reach above the level of 120 up to October 2019. If you are thinking that am I joking? No, not. I'm trying to define the possible movement of all these futures, which likely to be in October 2019. We will find that gold will come down along with the silver up to the level of 2003. Thank you for watching my video. If you like this video to be useful for you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.